My observation skills are absolute dog, so we're just gonna move on and talk about these picks coming out here. RCY's Tinker managed to make it through, and I don't got enough counters to this one, in my opinion, here, Ricky.
Yeah, they picked the Treant
Before we saw
Protector Drow.
Clockwork, yep.
That being said, Treant Protector Drow is super strong lane, especially into the Beastmaster, so he might be forced to go the Axis build anyway.
Mhm.
Because you can't really afford to have Treant Protector running around in the lane, so the Axes will probably be the option here for the Beastmaster. But yeah, Tinker, like you said, there's not a lot of counters in the game for this currently. They could move Lesh to the off lane, try and pick something like a Zeus or a Storm in mid, but I would not be surprised if DogChamp actually ban out the Storm Spirit anyway.
Huh. Oh, we'll see. I think you're pretty confident that it's going to be Leshrac in the mid lane here. Again, like you mentioned, you can flex it off lane. I think offlanes that are super good against Tinker are still available in the pool. I think it's just mostly mids like Puck, Storm, Zeus. Most of the time, once you get like your Aghanim Scepter and your ultimate, you feel okay against the Tinker. I do like them protecting the Tinker with the Clockwork, though. They're actually going full mech build here on DogChamp. Thoughts?
It's a good point. Yeah, they could. They could go for they could definitely pick up like who would be a carry that follows that theme? Are there any mech carries? I don't think so.
Used to be the Alchemist, but he's not really mech.
Yeah, he's not really a
Dota
mech.
2.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Ursa ban. They get rid of the Bat Rider. That's a good one.
One Timbersaw.
And yeah. That's not great, but they could. They really do want to cut down the trees this game.
Oh, Gyrocopter. What are we saying, dude? Come on.
Yeah, that is one. Okay.
Oh my god, we are washed as casters, Rick. I bet everyone in chat is just going off. Gyro. Eesh.
It's all right.
You know what my issue is? I just associate Gyro as just like a dumb guy in a helicopter.
Oh boy.
I'm sure he's very smart too.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
They've got Ursa and Sniper banned out here for Cringe Crew, which both are really smart bans. Really good at playing against the Drow, but I'm not sure what they go with. Okay, they actually pick up the Night Stalker.
Okay,
there's your vision for the Tinker, which is nice.
It's very good against Tinker for a number of reasons. You need a BKB in order to deal with Night Stalker. He gets on top of you with Dark Ascension, it just feels impossible.
That being said, RCY usually builds BKB on this hero, so
yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, he builds BKB whenever he has to in order to deal with the counters.
So what do you think from the carry role here they can go for it? Because it is a Night Stalker offlane. You've got a Clockwork 5, which is, I mean, we've seen B9 absolutely own on this hero. And you're playing into Night Stalker Sven or Night Stalker Treant. So double melee lane. I mean,
you've got decent front line between the Beastmaster and the Clockwork. You get away with most things here. I think it would be too crazy to go something like a Shadow Fiend safe lane, right?
Yeah, you could.
Crazy?
Shadow Fiend would work, actually. It's pretty good with the Clockwork as well. I was like, normally, like, in the lane, you see these heroes, you're like, oh, yeah, a lot of strength heroes, like, maybe go for a lifesteal, but it's like, there's just too hard counters to the lifesteal of this game. There's actually no way you can pick it. I like the Shadow Fiend, though.
I don't. I've changed my mind. Razor. I changed my mind to Razor.
I'm not sold on the Razor. Blink Dagger Razor could be good. Okay, CK.
A lot of people have been picking that one into the Leshrac recently, so Stonebank gonna go into that one.
It's a classic Stonebank hero, which, by the way, for those of you who may not have noticed, DogChamp has their full roster back. Stonebank and Italiano Gangster are in the game.
Yeah, this is very rare for them. The lack of stand-ins. Well, there's not a complete lack of stand-ins. Lil is standing in for Cringe Crew. Oh yeah, this is a former VP player Lil, by the way, for anyone who's curious. Oh yeah, it should be an exciting game. We'll see DogChamp at full power. Unfortunately, they haven't been in for a really long time, but Stonebank has not had power in his house.
Yeah, Stonebank hasn't had power, and Italiano Gangster got sick, so they've been running like double subs for the last like several days.
Yeah, it's been up and down. Yesterday it was one of those down days. Unfortunately, those games ended up going very quick. Hopefully today will be a little bit better. I like the CK to round out the draft, though. I think it plays into the Night Stalker reasonably well. It does kind of suck playing a melee carry into. It kind of sucks playing a melee carry into this, though. You think? You think Fleet's just going to max out? God, Leech Seed in this lane. You can just punish CK every time he tries to commit onto Sunlight here.
Probably. I think Leech Seed, at least 2 levels, is really strong.
I'd be kind of surprised to see 3 points drop into it, but it did get a really big buff. But usually the laning phase is like basically over by the time your position 4 hits like level 5. And so you won't have the opportunity to really abuse that one. Of course, there wouldn't be the BTS Pro Series without pause at the beginning of every game.
It's really starting to grind my gears, man.
Yeah, what can you do?
They specifically removed pausing in pubs at the beginning just for this reason.
And the fact that people weren't actually ready to play at the beginning of the games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what can you do? Well, you know, it's not so bad because I'm here with you, Ricky. How about that?
Hey, you know what? I appreciate that. That's nice of you.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're good to go. It is a very short pause this time.
What in the world was that taunt?
Which one? The Tinkers?
I don't know. I just heard it. It was so loud. No, there was another one.
No, there wasn't.
I was on Cringe Crew, like one of the heroes taunted. And I was like, I heard it, but I was looking away for a second.
A Stonebank did it?
I don't know.
Don't know what you're talking about. I think you're losing it in your old age.
Did Night Stalker get a new taunt? Oh, it is the Night Stalker's new taunt.
Oh, like actual taunt, not all chat taunt. Okay. Did you get it with his set or something?
Nah, it's the new one that came from the Battle Pass this year, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't really looking at any of the Battle Pass sets. I actually barely like the Battle Pass at all.
It's not good, so not surprising.
I was busy. I think this summer I was most involved with Dota while like just the TI period, most involved with Dota, but it's the least actual playing of Dota.
That's fair. Yeah, we've all been there.
Centaurs, wizards,
I miss playing this game now.
here because we want the best, and you are it.
Oh, nice
Maybe I'll
deny
get
on the rune there. Okay.
I've actually barely played any games in the last month. I need to get back to it, like maybe these next couple of days that we have off while ET and Kmart take over.
Yeah, I've been trying to like get some games in, but like it's mostly like me begrudgingly playing Dire Tide because it's like you kind of have to if you want to use the Battle Pass at all. But it's all right.
They trained you into not enjoying the game anymore. Instead, you're getting your rewards like a good boy.
Yeah, I mean, at some point they'll just they'll stop making bad custom games for sure. Let's talk about the lanes though. We've got Drow Ranger bottom here with the Dream Protector, of course, into Italiana Gangster and Yaren, and she's just taking a beating already. Yeah, level 1 axes plus of course the sticky bomb. It's gonna be coming out very quick. Meanwhile, top lane B9 chasing down Warden.
Yeah, they're both going to be fine, though. I'm most concerned about Arc down here. Again, Sticky Bomb comes out. Boom, extra damage. This thing's so much faster than before.
Yeah. Half the cast point as it had, so pretty good.
Yep. Dude, B9 just continuing to run at Warden. He's going to be forced to turn around. Lil's putting a beat down on a B9 again.
All right, let's talk about the mid lane. It is Sunlight's Night Stalker, by the way. We didn't really talk about this. It is an off-lane Lesh and a mid-lane Night Stalker. So they really want this Night Stalker to come online early to compete with Destroyer's Tinker, it would seem.
And this way they get to avoid... Oh, God.
Oh, dang. Bottom lane, Flea and Drow actually managing to find themselves a kill there onto the Beastmaster. Going to try and slow him up there. And it is enough to get him space to survive on the techies, but I mean that is a like that's a surprising death, but maybe just the level 2 power spike from them is too good.
They get to avoid having the Night Stalker, you know, his very weak side lane presence where he just kind of gets owned for the first couple of levels anyways. When it switches over to Night, once he gets like a couple points in a void, his right clicks become really scary alongside just being able to move people down and run them down. But in the mid lane, he doesn't have to deal with that. He just sustains himself up. Destroyer is going to be putting the hurt onto him, though. And now he's just struggling with CS.
Oh, Yaren.
Speaking of people struggling, yeah, Yaren's getting run at here. He's going to be slowed down quite a bit by the multi-shot, given the frost arrows and the leech seed, but he'll walk away now.
So I got a question.
Stop.
Oh, wait, yep, top lane. Oh, never mind. Bleed9, he's chilling. He's got that battery cell running. He's pretty high HP.
Ask your question.
They buffed the flag bearer, saying it gives him 10 more gold now to heroes in the area. But I don't think that applies to the person that gets the last hit, which is really weird.
The person who gets the last hit is also in the area.
Yeah, but it's literally not doing that. They're getting the regular gold, the not 10 bonus. So some sort of spaghetti code there. Top lane Lil in some trouble. Gonna try and make his way. I mean, Lesh is pretty quick through the trees here. Is he actually gonna survive? Oh, nah, I mean, he's got
hard. Oh, he gives the wraparound there. He's putting the moves on them.
Oh,
he can't get the
fogged?
stun off either. He's juking him into the trees, fogged again.
Dude, this
Lil?
is like the most tilting scenario ever if you are a carry player.
Oh,
Stun comes out. He's got him. One more auto attack.
Yeah.
Just barely through there. All right, nicely done from Stonebank.
yeah. It's just that large gap right there. You're forced to run for a little while with the vision, so I managed to get on top of him. Unfortunate. Man, he put the moves on him for a while there.
But yeah, if you watch the last hits on the flag bearer creep, it does not apply it's not applying the bonus gold.
Interesting. Italian Gangster is about to go down the bottom lane.
Yep, 2 points there in the frost arrows. That is, like I said, one of the worst lanes you can play against as a Beastmaster is the Drow, and Flea's Tramp Protector is going to make it even more difficult, so really smart from them. That being said, he's actually farming really well on the Beastmaster.
19 CS said. Drow's definitely getting out CS in this lane. You're pretty low HP for a while, and you're super far back on Arc. Larka will be able to deal with this a little bit easier in a second here. This continues to be super annoying. Once these raindrops come out, so Yaren's harass is going to be shut down pretty effectively by these, and you'll have more mana to spam out marksmanship and frost arrows. They
have a lot of ways of popping those, though, is the thing, right? You've got axes and sticky bomb, really easy.
Axes didn't proc it there. They're only level 2.
Top lane, Chaos Knight. In some trouble, but a nice stun there to make some space. Tries to pull Ward underneath the tower, but I mean, he did pop the war cry, so pretty tanky. Meanwhile, B9 trying to stay on top of Lil. Dude, he's actually just gonna solo him. Oh man, the Clockworks damage. Gotta be careful. Warden now in some trouble. B9, he's got a cogs if he wants to be able to hold him in place, but a nice stun from Warden, able to juke that one out. Looking for the reality rift, but oh, he even pops the salve. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, he gets interrupted in the trees there. They'll just suicide to the tower, it looks like. At the very least, they don't get XP from that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if, like, it's just the indicator above the creep that's bugged, but definitely in the patch, it said flag bearers now give more gold, and when you hover over them, it gives more, but it's not actually working.
I'm moving away from that. Look at the mid lane CS.
Yeah, I've been looking at this one for a little while.
32 and 15 on Destroyer compared to the 17 and 4 on the Night Stalker. He is getting absolutely bodied. Bottom lane, Yaren's going to get chased down by the Drow.
Yeah, just a couple auto attacks. Does he have blast off? He does to try and get away, but ends up dying. I'm surprised. I thought he would just try and go for the play on top of the Drow there and maybe
do a little bit of
trade
damage.
Or like, yeah, do some damage, which does have like raindrop and stick, but gets a salve tossed on her from Flea.
Yeah, maybe thought he'd get away from that one. Fortunately not. But this mid lane matchup is so rough. I mean, you feel stronger given that it's nighttime now. You've got a regen rune to work with as well, so there's not much a point of Destroyer harassing him, and he knows that. Warden's wrapping around the tower here, though. Potentially find a kill. Techies is rotating. If he makes a move over to the mid lane, he might be able to help him as this dive happens.
I mean, diving or playing into this Tinker is really scary. 4 points in laser is a ton of damage. Yeah, B9 will be here. Warden forced to run. Sticky Bomb comes out, but did get the Warcry off. Yeah, he's got Windlace as well. He's quick.
Windlace, Boots, and Warcry. Yeah, 444 movement.
Meanwhile, Tyona Gangster, that means he's been left solo in the bottom lane as Ark's going to get himself his 3rd kill of the game now on the Drow.
Killing spree going their way. I mean, the bottom lane is going great for them, but mid lane is a complete disaster. I want to look over at the net worth difference between the two. I mean, it looked bad with just CS alone, but God, he's like 1,500 gold up on the Night Stalker right now. Yeah, we're getting close to double net worth territory.
Every time he goes to CS, he just gets lasered.
Yep.
And Destroyer, I mean, he gets his free, you know, TP at level 6, so he's just chilling. Meanwhile, Sunlight cannot do that. Gets a nice DD rune there, gonna allow him to TP on home. Tyona Gangster bottom lane actually gets pretty lucky there. No frost arrows connecting. But level 6 on the Drow, so marksmanship is online, and each one of those attacks, if they manage to connect, is a lot of damage.
Yeah, so they're going to try to keep Arc as low as possible. Flea's just going to man up on this one, but yeah, Yaren realizes he's not walking away, he's blasting off away.
Ooh, just short.
Yeah. Yeah, blasting off as soon as he realized that they're going to run at him. Oh, shit. Sunlight finds a kill off onto Bloody 9 up at the top lane. They try to get on the Stone Bank as well.
They got more than enough
damage.
damage.
On Tinker, but you reacted a little bit late. In fact,
we actually had no laser up at the time.
No laser up. Unfortunately, Warden is just a couple mana short. All right, he's got Stormbolt mana now. They might decide to dive this.
Oh, he knows they're going to dive
nothing on Lil. I mean, a stun on each of them would be enough.
There's the first stun. They've got the follow-up from the Split Earth and the Void. Destroyer. Big death in the top lane.
Yep. It was definitely late coming up there. Rare misplay for him on the Tinker. Normally he's super careful about his positioning. Mana boots done on Leshrac. He'll pop those. Decide to spend, give him enough mana to work with here as he maybe stacks these camps and makes another rotation to help the Night Stalker out. But much needed kill up there in the top lane. Slowing down Tinker's game is going to be essential for them at the moment before he gets his Blink Dagger.
Alright, nice ward in the bottom line. Oh my gosh, Yaren just gets destroyed. Multicast right on top of him. The multi-shot rather. And they get themselves a D ward. I mean, the Drow having this good of a game.
Is it an issue? My answer is yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it is. Like Ark's super farmed. He almost has his Dragonlance.
Yep. Top no one just he's got the Dragonlance completed now, so nobody's going to be able to lane against him. You can get on top of him with the Chaos Knight when CK is ready to fight, but you need like armor plus one other item. Blink Dagger is probably necessary this game in order for you to get on top of this Drow.
Hook shot out. B9 top lane managed to find the Lesh. Stonebank coming in as well. Follow-up stun there, and that should be a pick-off for him. Nice Stormhammer there from Warden, though, but damage is done. They managed to take down Lil.
Yep. Unfortunately, he's not able to get off the Split Earth with the Clockwork on top with the Battery Assault, interrupting his cast point too many times.
They really want Tyona Gangster, but Fortification does come out, and that will actually allow them to clean up the catapult as a result. So that is pretty rough for Cringe Crew. They would have loved to keep this one alive.
Yeah. Clean up the tower a little bit. They're really trying to put the pressure onto this tower. Push that Tyona Gangster all the way back to tier 2.
Oh, they're looking for Destroyer. Smoked up in the mid lane. It's going to be Sunlight, but he gets the blink out first. He does make it underneath his tower, but the chain of events not going to change too much. As it's going to be the double stun there to take him down. Now, meanwhile, in the jungle, Flea getting chased down. B9 and Italiano trying to find him. They do get a ward dropped up on the high ground, and a roar from the Beastmaster is going to come through to guarantee that kill.
Surprised use the roar, but he's probably not going to be using it on the drow anytime soon. So get yourself a little bit of extra gold with that one. Make sure that the Treant Protector is in fact taken down. And Warden pops God Strength in order to put some chip damage into the tower here. Yarn ends up jumping forward off onto the Sven, but
reactive taser, man. He's one of the few techies players that really has adapted and adopted the reactive taser. Like,
yeah, he is so good.
He plays it super well. Hookshot mid lane. B9's caught the drow. Does manage to get out though pretty quickly thanks to the gust. So
yeah, and now we'll try to get a couple of shots off into B9. Very
more than a couple shots. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like we mentioned, he is very farmed right now. He's also got to the Lance of Pursuit on top of the Frost Arrow. We're just doing a lot to him there. Also slowed him quite a bit.
Okay, I guess we haven't really talked too much about Stonebank on this CK. This is a classic hero of his. He's played this hero a ton. I know I've watched him play this hero a ton, so he's got to feel pretty comfortable. Second on the net worth, just behind the Drow Ranger. That's not a bad place to be.
Yeah, it's not bad. I love in the jungle. Wooden's getting gone on by B9, and he's just going to drop to that, finished off by Rocket. Sorry about that. Back in time, we're talking about Drow Ranger, right?
I was saying CK versus Drow, right? I feel like CK's pretty farmed. Oh, another hook shot. Dude, he caught Lil. That's a kill for sure. B9, dude. His clockwork is so good.
Destroyer's just going to go on top of Arc, and then he blinks out immediately after throwing out the laser.
Yeah, nice pick up there, though, as he does manage to finish off the clockwork. So gets at least in exchange some gold for his troubles.
You're going to be sitting pretty low inside the triangle here, though. So hopefully Clockwork doesn't find him with a hook shot after he gets back up, but it's still cooling him for another 30 seconds. The CK matchup. We've talked about it against the Lesh a couple of times. It seems to be DogChamp's answer to it. Yes, the Lesh does clear out your illusions pretty quickly, but the Lesh usually takes a pretty long time to build up armor items. So as long as the Chaos Knight gets a jump onto the Lesh and not vice versa, you can just blow him up in like a second or two because of the Phantasm. Bottom, B9's got his eyes set on the flea down here. Ooh, I hate to see it.
He threw it, hoping to find him, but Flea was already too far away. And now that you've got the Beastmaster techies here in the bottom lane, they will slowly clean up this tower.
We'll see about that. Living Armor is going to keep this thing topped up. He's got Overgrowth to work with. If they decide to react and TP some heroes down here, they could protect the tower and find some kills, but looks like Flea's going to leave under the vision of the Hawk there as well. And they're going to trade 1-for-1 up here in the top. 4-point Diabolic Edict will finish up for the tier 1 there.
Yeah, not a bad exchange. They did their best to hold that as long as they could with the tree end, but I think that was ultimately the best decision.
Right. Destroyer's going second item Shiva's Guard. You mentioned that this is like the farming item for Tinkers.
Yep.
It also happens to be very good against the Leshrac and the
Drow.
Treant Protector this game. It's pretty good against the Drow as well.
Or,
I mean, all the extra armor that you give.
Yeah, it's like it's all bonus armor, right? Which you need as opposed to base armor. So.
But it's going to deal with the Bloodstone about the same time that Leshrac gets that one completed. So healing reduction always feels good. Bottom, they're going to.
B9's not too far away to break this. Finding Yaren, not the best find. He does get the taser off for a second, but again, will end up taking down there.
Yeah, Destroyer thought about TPing over the mid lane and thinks better if it realizes there's no way to defend that one. So they're set up in front of the tower, and that'll be Lil's next objective here. I imagine you just want to clear out this next wave, walk under this Diabolic Key of the tower.
Absolutely. You got a Drow here as well, so makes sense. Bonus night vision thanks to the Night Stalker. Not an easy way of getting in on top of these heroes, so.
Nope. They fort here. Gonna buy them a little bit of time, and Stonebank comes in.
There's no way they have the damage, right?
Go for this. I mean, I don't think so.
Chaos Knight needs to be careful. Destroyer gonna start throwing out the stuns. Beautiful gust there from Arc. Actually stops Yarn from coming in with that blast off. Yeah.
animation from the blast off.
And he's got the shard too, so that would have stunned them up, maybe allowed them to take the fight.
Beastmaster's Vlad's done. He's now working on completing his Helm of the Overlord, but you get run out by Sunlight.
Beautiful rotation down from the Drows, help setting up this kill, and he's gonna try and TP out. And Stormhammer just barely in time.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a thread.
Maxed out. A lot of magic damage coming out from that one. Yeah, I think that was like the last like 0.1 to 0.2 seconds of the TP there.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it.
And this does give Tinker time to finish up the Shiva's Guard that he's been working on. It gives Stonebank a chance to finish up his BKB. He's got the Blink Dagger keyed up afterwards, and then they lose Yarn again. He's having a rough time this game.
It's like the last
He usually
couple
recovers,
seconds of the Dark Ascension. It was pretty much all he needed, just a gap close. Hookshot comes in from Bloody Nine. Will be able to find Sunlight.
There's a lot of their allies.
He's able to get through this Cogs really quickly though, and with Arc here on the Drow just dishing out damage onto Stonebank, he's gonna get stunned up by a Stormhammer. Destroyer is gonna need to help him. He's just doing what he can to throw these missiles, but he ends up just dying, gets baited.
Yeah, all they can do is spam the missiles. Couldn't really assist in any other way. A little bit ambitious going for the Night Stalker there. Just have a lot of HP that you're trying to burn through, and yeah, coming up through that high ground there, just allowing yourself to be set up by the Drow Ranger. Doesn't matter if you have the extra armor from Armlet, you just melt to him.
Yeah, and I mean, he can get through the Cogs super quick, right? It's nighttime, he's got great attack speed. He also has the Shard now, which I think is like absolutely essential to pick this up pretty much as fast as you can on the Night Stalker. It is, it's not quite like Midas, but it gives you so much sustain.
I was going off about this once they changed the Shard around to be pick upable at 50 minutes rather than 20, because now you can pick it up during the first night.
Yeah.
Before, the timing for it felt super awkward. So it happens to line up quite nicely for him. So it means you can just grab Ancients.
Yeah, you can grab Ancients, but you also just have permanent sustain, which is nice. Mid lane, they get the Cogs set up here after the blast off. He's got to get away, but it's not going to happen. Just too much burst damage there. And they're looking to go for more. Lily ends up TPing right in, but a nice gust there from Arc into the split earth. He's got the Bloodstone reveal. He's chasing for more, trying to get on top of B9. Oh, a Force Staff right through the Cogs, and with the slows from Drow, they managed to pick up 2. They thought they could just walk right on in there, but...
same place as before. It looks like they really want to get control near this mid tower as their next objective there on DogChamp. They just lost Stonebank twice in a row, though.
Yeah, Stonebank is very much struggling now. Bottom lane, Roar comes out. He has the Stomp to follow this one up, and the question is, can he finish off the Lesh in time? The Bloodstone doesn't come through. Yaren snipes him just in time. Speaking of Yaren, he is really low on resources. And just a couple more auto attacks from the Drow. And that's going to be another pickup there for the Drow. Bottom lane, they're chasing for more. That's the Blink reveal from Sunlight. He's able to get on top of the Beastmaster. Not going to be able to TP out this time. And a double kill for Drow. Dude, Arc is off to the races this game.
Respect the dead, but first you have to earn it.
Yeah, I mean, your solution to the Drow Ranger is clear. You get a Blink Dagger and a BKB on the Chaos Knight. You pop Phantasm, Chaos Bolt, Chaos Bolt to Reality Rift onto him. But it is coming out very slowly. You just took 2 quick deaths in a row. Even if you disassemble your Echo Saber to finish up the BKB, you're still like 1,400 net worth off of that one right now.
Yeah, not looking great.
And then it's another like 2250 to a Blink Dagger. So you're a long ways away from being able to deal with this Drow.
Well, Destroyer.
Destroyer's putting in work elsewhere, though.
Finds Sunlight. That's the Shiva's reveal there. So again, really, really good DPS item, but against heroes like Night Stalker, fantastic. He doesn't have BKB quite yet. It's daytime. The hero can't really do much of anything. Meanwhile, mid lane, they try to make the play here onto the Drow. There's going to be a nice overgrowth and a gust away, but in comes the Tinker, baby. Easy pursuits as he's now potentially going to chase for more into fleet. Shiva's Guard after Shiva's Guard active. Lil does come through, but he's going to catch a stun. The Roar right on top of him. Destroyer continue to dump in the damage, but there's going to be the Bloodstone active. He needs to get on top of these heroes, but the Shiva's reduction is just too much. They buy back here on the Night Stalker. No ult quite yet. Yaren tries to catch him on the blast off, but it doesn't even matter. It's Destroyer just cleaning house here. He's out of mana though, has to cut and run, but look at what item this is, Neph. A Wraith Pact. It's not a Helm of the Overlord.
Whoa, okay. Man, change his mind. He's got the Wraith Pact and he has a Helm of the Dominator.
Football, horse racing, rugby, cricket, or
This
curling.
is absolutely insane. He had he had this thing queued up earlier, I swear to God, but I guess he ends up changing his mind and going for this one. I guess he feels like the physical damage is going to be important enough against the Drow Ranger.
I think it's
This
better.
doesn't look correct.
I think it's better because hear me out,
I
Neff.
think Italiano Gangster was sick and he didn't read the patch notes. That's my theory.
Hear me out. Hear me out. You're against a Drow and a Night Stalker. Night Stalker at nighttime one-shots your Overlord creep. He just walks up and eats it.
So did he like finish the Vlads, realize the error of his ways, and then build the Wraith Pact after that?
I think he just realized like there's not really enough value out of the Helm of the Overlord. It's just free 250 gold for the Night Stalker every time he sees it. So Wraith Pact still offers a lot in these fights. Like Drow does not want to have to focus it down. None of these other heroes really can. So, and it's good. It's ton of physical damage reduction. So.
All right, BKB now done on the CK. I mean, just like that, they managed to swing back the game in their favor. One good team fight was really all it took.
Yeah. 5k
It was,
gold lead. Very good.
Yeah, it was Yarn who set that up despite his rough game, by the way. He ended up getting the blast off on top of the Drow Ranger.
Oh, Italiano Gangster. Gonna get blinked on one more time here. Can't really TP on out. Does get the Wraith Pact totem down. Stroud will be able to focus that up with the help of Sunlight. And Beastmaster gonna be sent back to the well. He's looking for more. They actually have a ward here that's Seeing Destroyer, but he gets the... Oh no, the blink on top. Sunlight's caught him. He's gonna try and TP out this time, and he can. He makes it.
Unless it's basketball. Football, horse racing, rugby, cricket, or
Uses his
curling.
town
But if
portal
I was,
scroll that he has.
Always keep a
yeah,
backup.
power coming down.
Yeah. Very cool that he can just, you know, he's still got his free boot to travel, but he's also got his town portal scroll he can keep and have a free inventory slot for.
Yep.
The hero truly has no weaknesses.
He just rebuys his TP scroll, refreshes it. He's like, all right, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're smoked up, heading into the triangle. It's not pop, but they just blinked out here on Sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
I think the smoke was popped as Warden managed to see them. Oh, B9, he's got vision now. There's the flare. There's your hook shot. Managed to find the Sven. He does trap them onto the low ground, though. But yeah, you're right. Does have the Force Staff. B9's going to follow with his own. The TP in here from Destroyer. Needs to be careful as Fleet comes in. Big overgrowth on top of him, but he's got the status resistance. It's going to be Sunlight that's closing the gap, but a BKB on Destroyer is going to make this very difficult to pursue. And now he's going on the offensive, baby. Look at the damage. Drow Ranger gets absolutely destroyed as Stonebank comes in as well.
Yeah, that was insane. The Drow Ranger just blown up, and you can see Drow Ranger was going for the Manta style, then ended up changing it up to a BKB like partway through before the ultimate orb. But we're now experiencing your issues with the lack of the BKB. Oh my god, he buys the recipe for it now anyways. Or maybe he sold it? Is it on his courier? Yeah, it's on his courier now. And now they're going to go to Roche Pit with that one.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought that they would struggle to deal with the Drow, but that setup they got with that first kill, bringing her down thanks to Yaren, amazing. The second time around, BKB done on the Tinker. So we could run a Drow Ranger without a care in the world.
B9 with another hook shot set up here onto Warden. And, of course, an easy pick off here once again as Destroyer joins the fight. And he's now queuing up the Kaya. So a lot of times we see him queue up, like at this point, he's got his 3 core items, right? The Blink, Shiva's, BKB. Sometimes he goes for more spell damage. Sometimes he just goes straight for the Hex. And this game, he's like, yeah, I'll just start bursting people. We might see an E-Blade come out.
Yeah.
It's a very good E-Blade game.
Yeah. Being able to save your allies as well as just do extra burst damage is going to be huge. I think you mostly hold on to it as a save. But when you have refresh, you can kind of just use it off of CD anyways.
All right.
So we're at this awkward timing now for Cringe Crew where they really need these BKBs done.
They need a lot more than just BKBs even.
The Observer with
they just go in,
P9
yeah.
planted.
I didn't know if they were going to make that play, but you're right, yeah. He placed that Observer. As soon as Drow comes even remotely forward, they punish it with a Roar. And they've got plenty of burst damage just from the techies as well, so. Backside of the fight, Lil gonna get scouted here by Destroyer. He's trying to pop that Bloodstone, but again, just the burst damage, the reduced healing is so significant. Does get trapped inside the cogs from B9. Very well done. He's now jumps right on in onto Warden. Takes him down as well. 3 dead all around the map. He does manage to make it out of the Night Stalker, but you lose the mid tower. You lose another core. And it's costing DogChamp almost nothing. Stonebank not even having to show up to these fights.
The Ranger just took like 2,300 magical damage over in the mid lane. Again, I think at this point you realize just how important finishing up this BKB is, but you don't control any of the map to get to it. This thing the game turned around so fast off that one death on draw range. You walk too far forward, you get blown up on by the techies, and all of a sudden you can't complete this crucial item.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the Blink Dagger done on CK? It is.
That's a big
So
one.
he's just gonna jump up into this Drow Ranger as soon as he's got the look at that. Look at that aggression, man.
I mean, it's kind of a bait, right? There's not a whole lot you can do. If they try to commit onto Stonebank, he's got the Aegis, and then of course you have so much follow-up from the side of DogChamp to try and punish any hero. They are just pushing in multiple waves though. Destroyers grabbing bottom. They're gonna wrap back around here. They did at least get the D-Ward, but a Hawk's gonna try and scout any movement outside of the base. Smoked up for the moment. So DogChamp's not gonna know. They're gonna run right on into a tie on a gangster. Sunlight goes in, does manage to find the Beastmaster. The question is, can they burst him down? He's actually safe for the moment thanks to a Glimmer Cape, but there's gonna be the dust and the sentry goes down. They get him, but you lose the Lishrak on the backside, and Destroyer, he's just getting warmed up, chasing for more. Warden stunned up, brought down. Drow on the run. The Tinker does not stop, man. Nice Gust comes through, but there's the BKB, a reactivation on the Shivas and the laser to take him down. A 4-for-1 right outside the base.
Yeah, they make a very quick work of that Leshrac getting on top of him with the CK, blowing up just in the way that we talked about. And of course, Drow Ranger trying to retreat, but with the 3 points into this rearm, there's no getting away for the Drow Ranger. Eventually, he's going to get on top of you with the Shivas. Once it connects and slows you down, the rest of the team's going to follow up.
Yeah, and he did finish the E-Blade, so another, like, form of a save, but...
Yeah, also more burst damage.
Yeah, also more burst damage. Sunlight in the jungle here. Destroyer's going to find him. Oh, he does! He can't burst him, but he's playing with him for sure. Stonebank onto the high ground, does manage to find Flea. Quick kill for him as Yaren, mostly there for emotional assistance. Glimmer Cape's up trying to get away. Ooh, hookshot catches too. Stonebank goes back in, finds Warden, bursts him down, and again, the Tinker here just starting to join the fight, and that is a lot of damage. Arc inside the base does not have a BKB. Yeah, they tap out. They know this one's over.
Yeah. Yarn with the aggressive disconnect, wants to get in that next lobby as soon as possible, but again, this game turned around pretty quickly. It looks like Cringe Crew had it. The only thing that was really going their way was that mid lane matchup. Destroyer on that Tinker up against Sunlight on his Night Stalker. He had doubled his CS. He had like as many denies as Sunlight had CS. He was absolutely insane. I think you ban this one out. Unless you pick up a counter to the Tinker very early on in the draft, you can't afford to give this up.
Yeah, you absolutely can't. You did have a really, really good lane from the Tree Protector Drow, but in the mid game, which hero is going to set the tempo, right? And it's absolutely going to be this Tinker. And, you know, Beastmaster showing up with just Wraith Pact Helm of the Dominator, it was good enough. It worked out great. Yeah, able to like kind of keep these heroes alive, provide that big Vlad's aura for not only himself, but for the CK and all of his illusions. So, yeah. Solid game all around from DogChamp, playing a little bit of patience, and then of course RCY's Tinker is just god tier.
Man, really popped off this game. But yeah, DogChamp looking incredibly good now that they're back to full strength. I am not surprised. A lot of people are talking about how good they looked before the first phase here.
Yeah, when they had their full roster.
Yeah, I'm glad that Stonebank is back. Personally, we'll see if Cringe Crew can recover from this loss, though. Yeah, this was a tap out that felt kind of bad. It was like after a team fight, them realizing there's just absolutely nothing we can do. That can't be great for morale, man.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they adapt to here in game number 2. We're going to go a short break, and we will be back with more of DogChamp versus Cringe Crew. Stay tuned. We'll see you then.